Sparks 4 for 6 to start this game. Wilson calling for the rock, 10 to shoot. Talbot working against Plum. That'll be a hand check on Kelsey Plum, so second team foul against the Sparks.
The offense flowing here in transition. Asia just running the floor and then stays with it, misses the first one, but gets her rebound, goes back up. And then you mentioned that crafty bounce pass. Atkins just hit it right there where it needed to be on the bounce. And a good finish from Hamby.
And you're seeing the pace, and right now Cameron Brink being tended to on the bench appears to have a cut on her nose, and you wonder if that happened when she was defending Asia Wilson on that putback. So Brink right now being tended to. Brink, of course, the second overall pick in 2024, tore her ACL midway through that season, missed part of 2025, averaging just about 16 minutes per game, but Lynn Roberts wants to challenge her to continue to produce more, and you see the intensity right now. She's talking to the official.
Clearly not happy about the contact that happened as we're looking. Oh, Alyssa Smith might have got her with an elbow on the box out.
And what do you think? A little incidental, just two players going for the rebound?
That's what it seemed like. Didn't see anything there that had an intent from Smith.
Right now they're cleaning the floor of some blood that was on the court right now, and she's having a conversation with Roy Gobayan, and as they make sure playing surface is clear and disinfected. And Asia Wilson, meanwhile, coming over to her parents and family to get a sip of water before inbounding it.
It looked like Alyssa Smith went to reach for the basketball, maybe realized it was out of her reach, and then the incidental contact to Brink. It doesn't seem like to me she intentionally hit her above the shoulders.
So Brink will head back on the floor with both nostrils plugged in. I'll tell you what, that's a warrior right there, rolling back onto the floor like that.
No, seriously, and Sparks being down a front court player, Nneka Ogwumike, so Brink is going to be depended on to play more minutes today.
And there's some more blood on the other side of the court now that they're going to tend to. It looks to be a sticker as well, so they're just making sure both ends of the floor are clear. And you go back to the start from the Sparks, their intensity, they talked about wanting to look like a completely different team than they did when they lost 105-78 to start the season. 14 to shoot, Wilson to inbound. Smith up top, over to Gray. Wilson, extended block. Hamby pokes away. Wilson loses the dribble. Cross-court find. Lloyd rises for three. Knocks it down.
Asia Wilson attracts so much attention, and Joel Lloyd an easy catch-and-shoot three in rhythm.
Wheeler draws three. Dishes off to Hamby, but a quick poke away by Gray. The savvy play from the vets.
And just the skip pass, the quick catch off two, and then goes right into it. Joel Lloyd, beautiful shot.
Joel Lloyd was just 2 of 10 in that game against Atlanta, so great for her to see the ball go through. Atkins rises up, hits another jumper.
And going left in the mid-range, Ariel Atkins is as good as anyone at the pull-up game.
So a stoppage, and it's going to be Brink again. I think they need to tend to her. The bleeding appears to have not stopped, so they're going to make sure she is ready to go the next.
When she posted up the fadeaway off the glass, I love how she commanded the ball early inside.
She had 12 points off the bench in that victory at Phoenix and shot the ball efficiently. 3 of 6, hit a 3. They want to see that offensive game grow, as well as being one of the best young shot blockers in the W. So the question now for Los Angeles, how do you buoy things with Brink in the locker room? No Nneka Ogwumike. She's out with that left hand injury. Becomes a critical couple of minutes here.
And Emma Cannon's going to have to hold her own inside.
Hamby continues to defend Wilson. The two former teammates were together in 2022. Wilson up and over. No good. Smith, offensive rebound put back. Alyssa Smith, such a glue player for the Aces, does so many of the little winning plays that they need. Was acquired midway through the season last year. Plum already has a triple. Young defending her, gets the screen from Hamby. Smith switches out. Plum steps back, and another three. That's Plum for the picking.
Her step back, quick trigger.
Gray, the response, no good. Too long. Smith chasing down the rebound. We have a loose ball foul We'll see who they whistle it on. No clear indication yet as Kennedy Carter checks into the game. And the round of applause because Carter, the most points for any bench player through the first 5 games of the season in W history, was out of the league last year.
Going to a team that won a championship last season, and they re-upped on their bench with a huge weapon. Becky Hammond says she's the best player in the world at getting downhill, getting a piece of the paint, and attracting the defense.
Ray Burrell checks in for Emma Cannon, who picked up that last foul for the Sparks. That was their 3rd team foul. Wilson, high post, kicks it over. Blowing another 3, no good. Rebound to the Sparks.
And this is a smaller lineup for the Sparks. Curious if their pace of play will go up a bit.
And Hamby was held by Lloyd as she was trying to roll, and Kelsey Plum so good with her timing.
On the floor, that is a great point guard and center pairing.
The deflection by the Aces into the hands of Carter. As we mentioned, Carter, a downhill player that forces defensive decisions, and Becky Hammond and company so happy to have her on the roster this season. They tried to get her last year even. 2 defenders swarmed to her. Lloyd nearly lost the handle. 5 to shoot. Carter working against Plum. Mid-range jumper, sticks it. So pure.
And that's what she can do when you're trying to give her space and not let her get by you. She's going to pull up in the midi.
She had 20 points in that win on the road against Atlanta, and another unforced turnover by the Sparks. And there's Cameron Brink, who you see with a nose brace. She broke her nose in the regular season finale last season, wore a mask during off-season play, joked, I might wear the mask all year next year as a preventative measure, and here we are, not even 6 games into the season, and taking another hit to the nose. And here's Wheeler with the steal, has a chance to kick it ahead, but loses it out of bounds. But for more on Cameron Brink, Tiffany Blackman, what do you got?
Yeah, Jordan, I watched the athletic training staff work to try to stop that bleeding. As you mentioned, that clamp kind of on her nose with the cotton kind of stuffed up it to keep the blood from coming out. You know, Cam looked really frustrated coming out the game, and you can imagine that. She's been trying to work to be consistent like Coach Lynn Roberts wants her to be. And I watched Coach Roberts give her some words of encouragement on the bench there to keep her going.
Carter continues to cook. She's got 5 points already off the bench. The Aces have the 2-point lead as Brink heads to the scorer's table to check back in. Sparks just have to protect the basketball right now. 5 turnovers already in the first quarter. Atkins, long distance 3, pulls up and puts it in.
Lefty sniper from the outside is Atkins. She looks good early and comfortable.
The Sparks have found their 3-point shot. They hit 15 in that victory against the Mercury. Carter can't get the mid-range jumper. Her first miss. Wheeler back the other way.
Can Hamby run the floor?
Burrell wants to join the long-distance party. Can't get it. Hamby trying to fight for it. Wilson bops it away.
Hamby was open underneath for about 2 seconds. I thought they should have given it to her.
Wilson had a hot start with 6 straight points. Pulls up for 2 in and out. 3 minutes left here in this opening quarter. It has been fast and furious. Plum, hesitation, change of pace, up and under. What a finish by Wilson.
She got just enough of a step and an advantage to go reverse. What a tough finish, like you said.
Plum, 8 points, 3 of 3 from the field. Don't forget, she started her first 4 games scoring north of 25 points in each one. Lloyd, catch and shoot 3, it's good.
Way too much time and space for Joel Lloyd.
To your point, these are simple reversals. And how about Plum? The response, flawless. 4 for 4 to start this game.
That was cold. Off the catch, no dribble, no jab, and Atkins with a deflection.
Atkins with the hands on the basketball. Burrell scoops it up, attacking Hamby, and it's going to be an offensive foul against Burrell. Who else? Chelsea Gray standing her ground.
Gray, such a veteran defender in this league. We talk so much about her offense, but offense, Kelsey Plum said hand down, man down.
That was the most nonchalant 3 I've ever seen. Just reverse pivot into a 26-footer, and then here's the foul. The Freight train of Burrell couldn't hit the brakes in time.
Chelsea Gray just being a high IQ defender.
Cam Brink back in the game without the bridge on her nose. Burrell lunging for the ball. Lloyd has already hit a couple from outside. She's hunting for another one, short on that one. Atkins the board.
I don't love that shot. Not a lot of reversal.
Brink looking to set the screen. She rolls inside and picks up the foul. And again, demanding the basketball, as you pointed out. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule tomorrow. Traveling to New York on NBC and Peacock. On Monday, Portland matches up against New York on Peacock and NBCSN. Then on Wednesday, a doubleheader featuring Phoenix at New York and Atlanta and Minnesota on USA Network. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Oh, the quick hand from Young. She poked it away as Brink was rising up. Wilson eyeing Brink. Brink chops down and picks up the foul.
Last week in the whole arena.
2 free throws coming.
You know Wilson wants to get to that left, so she'll toy with you a little bit just to shift the defender. Watch how she shifts Brink. The little up fake. Brink bites just a second, and that was enough for Wilson to get the advantage.
It's so hard. How do you defend A'ja Wilson in that situation? She's so effective at the mid-range jumper, but is so quick when she puts the ball on the floor.
Last week in the whole arena.
You know, but you also want to make her hesitate a little bit, and I feel like the goal with A'ja Wilson is to try and take away something, whether it's the pull-up jumper going left, whether it's the fadeaway, whether it's the layup at the basket. Try and take away one thing and then contest everything else, and then still pray.
A couple of substitutions, absolutely. Ji Yoon Park checking in for the Sparks, as well as Kate Martin, a former member of the Aces, originally drafted by them. And also for the Aces, Brianna Turner on the floor. Plum wants another triple. She is on fire here in the first quarter. 5 of 5 with 14 points. Carter, crossover, lost her in the cross and puts it down.
Carter, a.k.a. Hollywood.
Oh, we got buckets for days here in Vegas, and a foul on the floor
last week in the
was driving.
Is rain and trade. Kelsey Plum
wasn't
back right beyond the three-point line, knocks it down. And Kennedy Carter on the ISO, step back. Can you guard me? No, you cannot. This was nasty, and this is Kennedy Carter's game. Gonna force you to push back, then pull it back. Nice knockdown triple.
Carter, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the field, as Ray Burrell, who's coming off an impressive 12-point performance. She came off the bench for the first time all season last game in that victory against Phoenix, and sometimes for a young player, you've got to adjust to that. Dearica Hamby had some great comments about that.
Talking about shifting her perspective, and Dearica Hamby said, I've been the player to start and also come off the bench, and I see the benefit in both, and it takes a little bit of the pressure away from being a starter and having to start the game right. Oh.
Great. Another jumper. This is high-octane basketball, both sides of the floor.
The shot making right now is incredible, but we expected this. Come on.
Burrell from beyond the arc. Another jumper. This is high-octane basketball, both sides of the floor.
The shot making right now is incredible, but we expected this. Come on.
Burrell from beyond the arc continues to pour it on. It's a 4-point lead for the Sparks.
Sweet baby Ray, what a sweet knockdown.
Burrell already some early dividends off the bench. Under 35 seconds left here in this opening quarter. It's been haymaker after haymaker. They try to go up top to Turner, and a foul on Martin as Turner was trying to catch it.
Yeah, they like to feed Turner inside because of her size, but here, just the ball movement, piece of the paint. Chelsea Gray, look at this, behind the back, defense stuck, and she pulls up, and then Ray Burrell says, you're not gonna guard me from out here, so I'll knock it down.
6 made threes in the opening quarter for the Sparks. They're shooting 68.8% from the field. The Aces shooting 50%. They're 4 of 10 from 3. And now an offensive substitution as Kelsey Plum comes in for one of the last remaining possessions here for the Sparks. And you look at Brianna Turner at the free throw line. You pointed out the Aces were very intentional about how they built this roster in the offseason.
Yeah, they wanted other front court players around A'ja Wilson to complement her. Those that were athletic, defensive-minded, and also could be a factor defensively. It's Kennedy Carter. Swiper, no swiping, gets the 2.
Wheeler spun out. Carter's got 10 points in the first quarter, and then Brink loses it off her foot. The Sparks starting to flare up here at the end of the first quarter.
And watch Carter just hounding Wheeler. Does the hard work defensively, so the offense is.
We're just keeping you updated on what's happening in here. What do you do here to get a quality look to close out the quarter?
Yeah, I say Carter or maybe Gray getting downhill. And then you got shooters on the floor right now, other than Turner, who can operate the baseline.
Carter with those 10 points. Burrell defending, 10 on the clock. Carter calling for the screen. It's Turner that'll set it. Plum comes over to help, and a pass that sails to the front row. And the Sparks will get one more look with 5.7.
I love the opportunistic jump on Carter, not allowing her to see anything.
Full court pressure coming from the Aces. They flip a pass to Plum. That was dangerous. Plum might get a good look at it. She's dashing towards the cup. 1-2 step, can't get it. There's Brink for the putback. And what a first quarter for the road team. They lead the champs by 2.
Teams starting to feel more comfortable making shots in their system and in their spots. And as we're seeing tonight, guys, she did say that that efficiency is only going to go up, those numbers.
Thank you, Tiffany. They get 15 3 shot, 47% from beyond the arc as Carter can't connect, and had a season-high 23 assists in that victory against Phoenix, and it's clearly carried over to this start.
Ball and player movement. What is at a high level? They are so good. How do you guard that? Hamby just misses the layup.
But a beautiful find from Atkins. Burrell tried to bother the rebound. Up ahead, a deflection goes into the hands. Carter gets the pass. Carter still feeling it here in the second. She was out of the league last year, Ice. She was out of the league last year.
Becky Hammond thought she deserved to be back in it.
Oh, Burrell, a little show and go as she charges towards the rim.
Talk about players who can get downhill. Ray Burrell, very athletic, quick first step.
Burrell with 7 points off the bench already, but it's Carter that continues to apply the pressure, can't get the jumper. Wheeler again down the floor. Hamby looking to post up as Lloyd was fronting. Cross-court find. Atkins step back 3, too long. Hamby can't find it. Rebound to Talbots.
A good box out by Lloyd. Didn't go for the ball. Instead, took out the best rebounder on the floor.
Then Lloyd will get a chance up top for 3. Rattles it home.
Can't tell me the two plays aren't connected. Take care of your assignment defensively, then you feel good enough to knock down one on the other side.
Lloyd, 9 points, 3 of 5 from outside. She has been terrific off the bench. Wheeler draws 2, flips it over to Kate Martin. It's Hamby, one-on-one. Hamby off the window, rolls it in.
Went right at Turner, decisively finishing over the left shoulder.
Hamby now 4 points, 2 of 4. Aces shooting 52% from the field, 50% from beyond the arc. Both teams have hit a half-dozen threes each. Great crossover, step back, Atkins defending, somehow laces it over her hand.
Just toying with the defense. Chelsea Gray so good with that snatch back crossover.
Hamby directing some traffic, Atkins up top. Turner did a good job getting positioning. Burrell, tough contested shot there.
No one touched the paint in that possession for the Sparks.
A no-look pass from Gray. It's deflected out of bounds. Las Vegas ball. Well, new CBS tomorrow. Get ready for the can't-miss season finale of TV's #1 news show. Luke Grimes stars in the season finale of Marshalls. Tomorrow on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Cam Brink, Kelsey Plum return to the floor, and Alyssa Smith along with Jackie Young checking in.
Now, something I thought was really great for the Aces the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second, was Kennedy Carter picking up full court. She does not allow the Sparks guards to get into their offense easily.
Asia Wilson also back into the game, mind you, the 2-time MVP. That shot well defended by the Sparks. Still a 2-point lead for Vegas. Atkins to Hamby, that pass just a little too high. That's exactly what Kelsey Plum was talking to Tiffany Blackman about.
Just those unforced turnovers. Hamby, such a great target inside. A little too much mustard, I thought, was on that one from Atkins.
There's been a lot of possessions in this game. I get it, but that's the 9th turnover for the Sparks. They average 16 per game in this young season. Gray in the deep end, hits the front of the rim. Plum with the board. 3-on-3, fast break. Plum pulls it back out. Brink rolling off the screen, and another turnover forced by the Aces. Smith, great positioning, over, puts it in. Bully ball.
Smith, oh, we call that mouse in the house.
Timeout, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, trying to open this thing up. It's been a game of finesse, but it's Smith that flexes the muscle. 4-point lead for the Homes. You can learn more about gravity at WNBA.com. It's one of those stats, along with deflections, that isn't listed in the box score, but when coaches watch the game film, they're aware of how players impact the game in these ways.
Yeah, and for those at home that are maybe confused with the word gravity, think of it as like a gravitational pull. A player is so good that they are pulling the defense towards them and then able to create off of that. That's how much gravity they have on the floor. And Kelsey Plum attracts so much attention when she has the ball and when she doesn't.
I feel the gravity every single year I get older, I'll tell you that much. 4-point lead for the Aces. Stephanie Talbot back on the floor. They've got their starting lineup to the Aces. And it's Wheeler. Plum playing off ball. That's what they like to do when Wheeler's on the floor, is have Plum. She's now defended by two Aces. Plum has to get it out. Brink, patient, nice find. Park in the corner for three, and out Brink. The rebound, the shoulder, the putback.
Tipping off in
Cameron
Toronto
Brink
to a much better start. Late with the feed inside, kicked out. Before a three to get Lynn off the rebound.
To create the second opportunity.
Continuing
Brink then gets the steal on the other end.
Day.
Plum up ahead. Wheeler to Hamby.
I think last week in the whole arena, I couldn't in the paint.
Young as
Has
Plum
not
was
been
driving.
going.
It's the first
Kia
foul on
Nurse.
Jackie Young. Been a pretty clean game as far as the fouls have gone. These teams, as we mentioned, both shooting north of 50% from the floor. They're familiar with each other. They played each other early in the season. It's just excellent basketball. Hamby back to Wheeler, 13 to shoot. Plum driving, Wilson defending, Plum goes baseline, Brink driving, and they're going to get Brink for a turnover. She stepped on the sideline. That's a tough one. 11th turnover.
Yeah, if you're Lynn Roberts, the great thing about these turnovers is just that they are self-inflicted, and so you can change them later. Changed behavior needs to happen.
They're easy to clean up, but the team is still playing fast, and that's the pace that they want to have. No hesitation on the road here. Smith up top. Back to Young, shot clock already at just 8. Talbot driving, baseline, Hamby gets the branches up, a deflection. Shot clock now at 1. Gray, fade away, can't beat it. Talbot wrestles for the rebound. What an effort by Talbot on the offensive glass.
It's one of the things that Stephanie Talbot brings is that relentlessness. She really uses her strength, and I believe it was Plum on that weak side trying to box her out. Talbot just does not accept it.
That's the second foul on Plum, and we've got 5:26 left here in the second quarter. It's kind of that gray area. She'll stay on the floor. Wilson, quick drive to the baseline. Hamby cuts her off. Wilson fading away, short on the jumper. Park, key defensive rebound, brought to the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball. The tenaciousness of the Aces.
And just not giving up on the play. But I love this defense here from Hamby on Wilson, someone she's familiar with guarding. Watch as she closes the space, hands to the lights, doesn't commit the foul. A'ja Wilson normally draws that foul on the jump shot.
It'll be Talbot and Park for the jump ball. Park at 6'1", Talbot at 6'2". And Park times it up well. Plum got hit by Young, and the officials, I believe, are going to get the foul on Jackie Young, so that will be foul number 2 as a cascade of boos come raining down here in the arena. That's a foul.
Yes. Yes, definitely too much contact.
The physicality has yet to cease in this game since the opening tip. Wheeler defended by Talbot, Plum curling. Hamby, the power dribble, Wilson gets a block, 4th one of the game for the Aces. Up ahead, it's Young. Young, the drive, dishes down low. Smith wasn't on the same page, and the turnover as Park is able to get it.
I thought Young could have been more selfish.
You saw Brink calling for it. She claps when she doesn't get the ball out. An opportunity there. Plum to Hamby. Hamby right down the Vegas strip and rolls it in.
You must attack A'ja Wilson. You must make her play both sides of the basketball, and Hamby fearless inside.
Tied at 40 apiece. Under 4:30 left here in the opening half. Much lower scoring second quarter. Mind you, Gray wheeling and dealing, no good. Wheeler, another loose ball rebound for Wheeler. That's her 4th.
Oh.
Wheeler the crossover. Brink up top. She can hit that. Brink puts it in. What a big shot for her as the Sparks take a 3-point lead.
Cameron Brink is fired up. She's doing a little bit of everything on this floor today in Vegas. The transition for the Sparks. Wheeler deep into the paint. Brink says, I'm the trailer. Hit me, baby. Down goes the three.
You're watching the WNBA on CBS Sports for ones in basketball. And Bam, a huge supporter of A'ja Wilson, and A'ja the same way. The two just really support each other. And Tiffany, you had a chance to catch up with both of them at different times. And tell me a little bit more.
From our meeting, Jordan and Ice, we heard A'ja say that the favorite part of her offseason was watching Bam score that 83 points, you guys. And I went up to Bam and I told him that, and he was cheesing so hard, you guys. Biggest smile on his face. He said that means so much because it's coming from someone that has won a lot and is going to be a Hall of Famer. Ice, has been really cool to see how these two support each other.
Oh, man, it's like my favorite love and basketball story right now around town.
Listen, you're sitting between her parents. You're in with the parents. That's the most important bucket right there. So a 1-point lead for the Sparks as Smith can't complete the 3-point play as Park picked up her first foul. Wheeler, a little bit of a hesitation. Gray, another block.
The length of Chelsea Gray disrupted Wheeler.
Carter been a little bit quiet here in the second quarter, misses it. Smith comes crashing in, picks up the foul. That might be the third against Plum. It is. The hustle for Smith. Now loading some pressure on the Sparks.
Back-to-back plays where Alyssa Smith has not given up on the possession. Love that she wanted to go right up in the air, showing that athleticism, not coming down with it. And there was no intention upon boxing her out. Lynn Roberts told us the battle on the boards is going to be important today, as well as Becky Hammond.
Coming up on the Deloitte halftime report, Jenny Dell, Lisa Leslie, and Renee Montgomery will break down the first half and get you updated on news around the league. That's all coming up on the Deloitte halftime report. Plum is still in the game with 3 fouls. Would you pull her for a couple of minutes, or do you keep her out there in a now tied game?
I believe if you're Lynn Roberts, you're going to keep her in that game because you believe that she's veteran enough to stay in without committing another foul.
Imagine the aces on the other end will look to hunt her.
I would.
Burrell. Wheeler, shot clock at 5. Wheeler rolling the floater. Can't bounce in. Wilson secures the board. 6th rebound for A'ja Wilson to go along with 8 points. She's just 3 of 9 from the field, though. Gray using the Wilson screen. This time gets Burrell on the backside. Hamby switches on to her. Shot clock at 5. Gray dishes it out to Wilson. Wilson gonna ISO. Burrell defending. Wilson lowers the shoulder. Can't get it. Who else but it's Smith gobbling up another rebound, and she picks up the foul.
Alyssa Smith, you called her maybe the unsung hero of this group. Tell you what, singing right now 3 times in a row. She's not accepting the box out. In fact, she's boxing out Sparks players as she's looking to get the offensive board. A dog in the paint is Smith.
Last foul was on Cameron Brink, her second. And in that situation, Ice, when you have a player that's really starting to punish you in the offensive glass, what do you need to do to make sure you just keep her off the boards?
Yeah, there's an intention to box her out. I mean, to get to her first and to initiate that level of contact. And regardless of who it is, I think Alyssa Smith is a great offensive rebounder. It might take 2 bodies to get her out of the picture.
They switched that last foul to De'Erica Hamby. Hamby has 1 personal. That means Brink is back to 1 personal. It's a 2-point lead for Vegas now. This crowd really starting to raise the volume. They want to see another defensive stop. Plum with Carter on her. Plum gets to her left. Carter going to be a little too physical on the drive right there.
Now that's a matchup I will watch every day and
some
twice
popcorn
on Sunday. What? Oh my goodness. See Kelsey Plum sizing her up, loves to go left, a little quick stutter step, that quick first step. And Carter maybe went to reach a little bit more. I thought she did a good job sliding her feet and staying in between the basket.
First foul on Carter. Atkins posting up, rises up over Carter and sticks another J.
That was tough.
Atkins, who missed 2 games earlier this season due to concussion protocol, returned to the lineup against the Mercury. Has been a key piece. Gray, her pull-up, it's good.
She gets to the free throw line with a little bit of space. You can forget about it.
Gray with 6 points. Plum has got some room. Wilson backpedaling. Plum draws her. Brink up top. Inside over the top. Weaves the pass to Hamby. Hamby fouled by Young. What a find by Cameron Brink as Hamby was carving out some real estate.
Yeah, and this is an area of Cameron Brink's game that has grown because they play with such a great front court in De'Erica Hamby. Throws it right over the top, and because of the size of Brink, she can see over the defense, so she's the perfect player to deliver that high-low pass.
The WNBA app is your home court for all things WNBA. And she got hit in the nose earlier, went back to the locker room to get the nostrils plugged up, has continued to be ferocious. Key reason why the Sparks are still in this game.
I mean, there's an opportunity here without Nneka Ogwumike for Brink to show what she's made of and to play some starter minutes. And we know the production lies there. It's about it being consistent.
Oh, what a shot from Carter. A rainbow that drops in. 16 points off the bench. And the lead is back to 4 for the Aces. Hamby down low, defended by Wilson. That's a travel and another turnover for the Sparks.
And this defense by the Aces, they are rotating well and timely. But Carter, the catch, shoot, and knock down. I'm impressed with her three-point shot. She's known as to be a slasher and to get downhill and score in the paint, but her three looks as good as anybody's right now.
Aces plus 20 and bench scoring, a big reason for that. They're going to get Wilson for the foul on the screen. That's a point of emphasis this season. Teams have to be very careful when they're setting these ball screens.
Chelsea Gray sets it up. Wilson.
What do you think, partner?
Maybe there wasn't enough time and space for Burrell to react.
A double screen coming from the Sparks as Carter navigates that. Brink posting up against Smith. Catches with one hand, dumps it off. And an offensive foul whistled against the Sparks. It's Cameron Brink. They're going to get her for the off arm. Remember, these two were involved in the earlier contact.
Oh, yeah, forearm to the throat. Bit of extension as well.
It was Smith whose arm did catch Brink in the nose in the first quarter.
Look at you building storylines.
I'm just stating facts, not trying to stoke any flames at all. It's the second foul on Brink. Under a minute left here. Gray using the screen from Wilson. Gray patient in the paint, fading away. Tough shot, gets the home roll.
Telling you, the free throw line pull-up and the soft touch on her jumper.
It's the largest lead of the game for the Aces. It's 6. Brink tried to cut that in half. No good. Long on the shot. And here come the Aces. Possible 2-for-1 territory here. Carter has been a microwave off the bench with those 16 points. Burrell scoops it up off the deflection. And now a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. What the Sparks thinking here?
Need a good shot. Get a piece of the paint and some ball movement.
Plum scoreless in the second quarter after dropping 14 in the first quarter. Lloyd defender, 5 on the shot clock. Plum trying to get to her pocket, kicks it to the corner. Burrell has to hoist it up, trying to beat the shot clock, falls to the floor. Smith, good box out. Carter won't put it up.
He is. Chelsea Gray telling us she's one of the best at getting downhill and creating for others.
Carter's had the nickname Hollywood for a while, and it's certainly been a showstopper here in this game. And then a foul against Smith on the screen. We've talked about this, Ice. It's something to key in on.
Alyssa Smith just seemed like she was moving a little bit into the screen as it happened.
Let's check in with Tiffany Blackman, who has more after that first half.
Well, Jordan, you mentioned some of those turnovers for the Sparks earlier, and I talked with Coach Lynn Roberts about that. She said offensively, well, we're beating ourselves with those. So she wants to see them clean it up. And then I asked her about Cam Brink, and she talked about the toughness she's playing with, noted that she broke her nose here last year, but that she's playing fearless out there, and so she's happy with what she's seeing from Brink.
It's Smith, another offensive rebound. They're going to rule a jump ball, though, as she got tied up. Atkins thought it might have been a travel. But on the other end, that's the 7th block of this game that Smith was able to get for the Aces. This is a team that averages 7 per game, Ice.
And she is so active, and on a team in which so much of the attention goes to Wilson as Smith and Brink are having some words. And Alyssa Smith allows you to not forget about her, or she's going to make you pay, whether it's boxing her out or not guarding her along the baseline.
Plum turns the corner, all-wheel drive to the cup.
Attacking the hip of Smith, just getting a little bit lower, making sure she can cut the angle to finish.
Her first point since the first quarter, but it was a dazzling first quarter where she had 14 in the first 10.
Smith with Brink defending, flips it over to Wilson. Talbot posting up, fades away over Plum, and a soft touch.
That was an action Becky Hammond called in shoot-around yesterday, wanting Stephanie Talbot to post up smaller guards, especially Plum.
Plum trying to create some separation. They're going to get Talbot with the foul on the ball as Plum hits the ball in frustration and now lowers down to gather herself.
You mentioned Plum quiet in the second quarter, but starts off with a bang here and decisively looking to get downhill. And then Talbot on the move, and Plum definitely initiates the contact.
And a reminder
above
that,
the shoulders
and I'm
as
wondering
well.
if she got hit in the head. That's what I'm thinking, that she had to gather herself. And listen, Kelsey Plum, a veteran that brought a lot of veterans onto his team in the offseason. One of them, Nneka Ogwumike, out for this game with that left hand injury. Plum can't connect on the three. Wilson chases down the rebound. Young, who is still scoreless in her last game and a half combined. Smith down low. Plum got her arm caught in there. That's going to be her fourth foul. She's got to be careful here. And Plum trying to say that Smith was hooking her.
We'll take a look at it here. Yeah, did start with a little bit of hook, but her hand still in the cookie jar, though. That left hand, watch the left hand, still in the cookie jar. And that's a good job by Smith to kind of get that hand wrapped in as she was looking to get the basketball. That's a way to draw one.
Plum staying in the game. Talbot cutting. Atkins gets a hand on it. Talbot able to save it. Wilson from beyond the arc. No good. Talbot offensive rebound. Cross court fine. Young trying to break the streak. Can't get it. But it's Wilson again. Offensive rebounds galore for the Aces. They get one more. 6 to shoot. Smith over to Talbot. Talbot has to put it up. Back to Smith. She fires. Oh, she buries it. What a possession. Largest lead of the game for the Aces. Plum working off the screen, trying to get the silencer. She's fouled on the three-point shot attempt, and that'll bring the volume down here in the building.
The intentionality. Melissa Smith just sees that the time is winding down on the shot clock. Don't love that there wasn't a closeout there from Ariel Atkins, knowing that Smith had to get the shot up. And then the foul here. Kelsey Plum on that signature step back, and Jackie Young definitely gets her.
It's the fourth foul on Young, and how about Melissa Smith, her first made three of the season, and it comes at an opportune time.
He's looked so good, so efficient, relentless on the glass, knows her role and is committed to doing that.
Plum hits the first two free throws, and now this game's going to get really interesting because X's and O's wise, the leading scorer for the Sparks and Kelsey Plum has 4 fouls. If you're the Aces, you have to try to exploit that on the other end, I imagine.
And they've been looking to attack her. We've seen Talbot post her up once in this quarter already, but you just want to keep her in actions. Going right back to her.
And that foul, we'll see, it's going to be against Hamby. And that's the thing, they are looking to attack Kelsey Plum. Help defender has to come over, and that's obviously going to create an opportunity for the Aces.
With the 3 guards right now that the Aces have on the floor, anyone that Plum guards is going to be a mismatch. Talbot, over 6 foot, has the height advantage. And obviously Chelsea Gray, now she's guarding Jewel Lloyd.
And Lloyd has been terrific. 9 points off the bench, we mentioned. 27 bench points for the Aces in the first half. Lloyd curling, working against Plum. She can't cash in. Brink the rebound. Plum almost had to look in transition, wants to attack. Talbot might have drugged the foot. Brink, she hit one earlier. This one's good. She's got 2 threes on the night.
Come on, Cam Brink. Ready to play here in Vegas. I love the confidence with which she shot that 3 as well, Jordan.
Brink averages 16 minutes per game. She's already at 16 minutes in this one, and they've been huge. She's got 12 points. Gray nearly lost the handle. Wheeler to tries to weave it. Atkins right there, the help defense. Atkins, first team or second team all defense in her first 5 seasons, shows you.
And Kelsey Plum deep into the paint. Shuffled the right foot, but not the left. That was the pivot, and Cam Brink wide open, ready to make it rain.
Smith, the Brink defending shot clock at 2. Smith trying to go back in time with the hook shot, can't get it. Bodies everywhere. Plum hustling it down the floor.
Trailer.
That was wise by that extra defender to help for a moment on Plum. Plum attacking 1-2 step. Oh, the deceleration and a smooch off the window.
Got something to say about it on the way back. That was A'ja Wilson coming over to help.
8-0 run and an offensive foul against the Aces. They're going to get Lloyd. The ball goes back to the Sparks.
Watch the brilliance here from Kelsey Plum. Deep in the paint, breaks down Lloyd, but then the decel, knowing the help is coming, and the finish off the glass.
That's a foul.
Definitely a foul.
To clean up.
And a good job by Plum to get right in the pathway of where Lloyd wanted to go to accept that contact.
Carter checks back in. Now it's Plum working off ball. Lloyd chasing her. They ISO and clear it out. Plum working one-on-one. Wants to dance. Plum, the dish. Hamby, the cut. What a find! And the Sparks storm back to take the lead by 1. And Las Vegas needs a timeout. The Sparks on a winning streak.
Mom, who's doing something phenomenal, and Amaya's here. I think she's up in a suite, guys, getting to celebrate with her friends and watch this game.
Well, she's loving what the Sparks have been doing lately. A 10-0 run. Keep in mind, 10-3 advantage since Kelsey Plum picked up her 4th foul. It's a lot of courage and trust from Roberts. And a near turnover. Lloyd comes crashing into her table. Can't save it in time. Shows the hustle. Unable to get to it. Ice, you're ready to take the charge.
No, I wasn't. Please. I was trying to help, but didn't know. Jewel Lloyd, though, sacrificing her body.
Gives the ball back to the Sparks. Wheeler up top. Brink curls. Atkins. Open look for 3. Off the heel. Rebound Wilson, but Wheeler pokes it away and will stumble out of bounds. Let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. Tomorrow you can catch Dallas traveling to New York on NBC and Peacock. On Monday, Portland matches up against New York on Peacock and NBCSN. Then on Wednesday, a doubleheader featuring Phoenix at New York and Atlanta at Minnesota on USA Network. For more on these games, go to WNBA.com. And for more to build upon this run, it's Wheeler off the turnover on the other end.
De'Erica Hamby told us today that the defensive key against the Aces is to not be reactive, but instead to be the aggressor there, not allowing the easy entry pass for Wilson.
12-0 run. Brink defending. Gets the arms up. Smith, what a finish, and picks up the foul.
Alyssa Dog Smith right at Brink. The up and under, and Brink a little bit. I just thought her hands were tilted enough to get the foul call. They're not necessarily up straight to the cylinder. Alyssa Smith bringing some intensity on the inside.
She has been so good in this game. 14 points, 6 rebounds, but the energy and extra possessions, she adds some tip to the bill. Brink picks up her 3rd foul, but it stops that run, and we're tied up at 60 apiece.
To be honest, the inside presence of Smith has been kind of overshadowing the lack of scoring from A'ja Wilson, because Smith has been taking it to them.
Wilson with just 8 points. Carter bites on the fake. Plum draws 3 defenders. Brink sets her feet, lines up the 3, long bounce. Wilson with the board. She's now got 10 rebounds to go along with those 8 points. She brings it down the floor. The smaller Wheeler defending. Wilson goes up and over. Oh, the MVP off the window for 2.
A'ja saw that she had a much smaller defender, went right to the paint.
Her first field goal since the 7:17 mark in the first quarter. Aces switch onto Plum. Plum darting around the court. Cut off by Lloyd. 7 to shoot. Plum fading away. Tough shot. Checks up short. Brink right there to secure the ball. Plum step back 3. This time buries it. What a shot.
Tell you what, to be honest, she's picking off Jewel Lloyd. Every time Lloyd has guarded her, she has taken her one-on-one. ISO money.
Plum, 24 points, has 10 in the 3rd quarter. 1 point lead for the Sparks. Plum with those 4 fouls, has to be careful. Brink too slow to come over. Carter to the cup. And the lead exchanges hands once again. Plum the hesitation. Plum trying to shake off Carter. She's knocked to the floor. Free throws coming. And Carter will help her to her feet, as well as two of her teammates.
These two guards going at it. Asia sees that Wheeler as Gardner just rises up above and uses the window, and then Plum dancing on him, gets to that signature left knee pull-up. And these two going back at it. Watch Carter, just a hesitation, gonna use my quickness in a straight line drive. Not trying too hard, also knows that Kelsey Plum is in foul trouble.
That's Carter's 5th straight game with 18+ points as Plum hits the free throw. CBS Monday, it's a night of electric performances and every winner decided by you, the fans. The American Music Awards, live CBS Monday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, hosted by Queen Latifah, taking place right here in Vegas. Should just stay here and catch that ice.
Let me add into my side quest for this company.
You've had a lengthy side quest on the West, I'll tell you that much. Hamby poking away at Carter. She dishes it off. Wilson wide open. Look, Wilson! Back-to-back buckets for her.
What can she do? What can she do?
The three-point shooting for Asia Wilson certainly been a point of emphasis for her. She's now got a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Plum inside, what a find to Hamby.
Plum just surveys the defense. Oh!
And a costly turnover as Carter misreads the bounce pass, and this is a gift back to the Sparks.
Yeah, here just the kick out, and Wilson in rhythm, catch and shoot, baby. She's added that to her game.
Tiffany Blackman, you've got more in the three-point shooting for Asia Wilson.
When we talked to her in our meeting with her, she told us this offseason that she focused specifically on that three ball, that she wanted to be very, very hard to guard, kind of that positionless basketball, guys. She didn't want to be just chucking up threes out there. She wanted to make sure that she could hit them. She said this team doesn't ask her to shoot a ton from beyond, but that she wanted to make sure she made it a focal point this offseason, and we saw her just hit one, guys.
And it's been consistent. She's averaging a career high in made threes per game. Carter, the ball on the string, can't get it. Brink trying to chase it down. Keep in mind, Brink just picked up her 4th foul, so she and Plum each with 4 fouls still on the floor with 2:35 left here in the third quarter.
I'm impressed, though, still with the minutes of Cam Brink. Obviously, a tough assignment guarding either Melissa Smith or Asia Wilson right now, Breonna Turner, and she's held her own.
Wilson with the left. Starting to heat up.
Oh, just would not be denied.
She's got 7 points here in the third quarter. Plum draws 2. They get it over to Burrell. Hamby, the handoff to Plum. Plum sprints to the three-point line. Quickly checked by Gray. Atkins, tough catch, has to hoist it up. No good. Rebound at 11 for Wilson. Lloyd transition 3. Tough shot.
Becky Hammond just looks at her snack.
Under 2 left here in the third quarter. Atkins going to be hand-checked by Gray. That's a foul against Chelsea Gray. And what the passing from the Sparks so far this evening.
And head coach Lynn Roberts told us that pace of play is an emphasis for this team, especially in the half court. The ball and player movement. You see how many players Plum attracts. Cam Brink is wide open. And then here, just the ISO look, but oh, everybody rotates. Erica Hamby with a beautiful 45 cut. Hamby so good at making herself available as a center.
Her on-ball movement is just remarkable.
It's one of the best in the league, Jordan.
She finds those open lanes. Here she is, popping free, putting up the 3. Oh!
Ow!
The mom, the MVP, as her daughter calls her, is now giving the Sparks a 1-point lead. The three-point shooting, that's the 10th made 3 of the night for the Sparks. Wilson catch, rip to the cup. Nothing Wheeler can do about that.
Hamby knows she went for the steal and left Asia Wilson to get all the way to the rack.
17 points for the 4-time MVP. 1-point lead for the Aces. Hamby up top, gets it back to Plum. Plum with a game-high 26. Trying to shake Wilson, kicks it up top. Who else? Hamby, she wants another one. Too strong. Burrell can't catch it. And Lloyd able to keep it alive to Young. Every rebound is such a battle here, guys. This is not what the Sparks want. Plum with 4 fouls defending Wilson. Passes her off to Hamby, and Hamby's going to reach in and pick up the foul. Tough situation Los Angeles just found themselves in.
Back-to-back plays where Hamby kind of caught a little bit behind the play. That time had to switch with Plum and then tries to go for the steal.
The third foul on Hamby. 51.9 seconds remaining, 14 on the shot clock. Carter, Young, Brianna Turner checking in, Wilson, and Lloyd. It's Wilson defending by Hamby, working against Hamby and gets the foul. Hamby wants a review, she can't believe it.
Hands were up. My thought is it's on the body here. Wilson goes left, gets the angle, and I'm not seeing it.
That would be
maybe on the body as she jumped up, but Lynn Roberts calls for a review.
timeout on the floor. The Sparks trying to contest the fourth potential foul on De'Erica Hamby. Foul worthy, you believe, in a game that has been physical?
I do not believe here, and this is what the refs are looking for. Did Hamby disrupt the speed, balance, quickness, or rhythm of Wilson? She seems off balance on the shot, but I think that's because she had cut the angle so quickly and tried to go up aggressively. I could see this getting overturned.
To your point, it was a tough angle that she was trying to go off the glass with that shot, had to sort of lean into it as well.
I'm not sure.
And there's nothing there with that right arm because Hamby, a veteran, immediately called for a challenge here.
And my thought is the contact would happen here on the jump, and I just do not see it. I do not see it.
The officials still at the table. This is a pivotal call in a game in which we have seen more than half a dozen lead changes in the third quarter alone. And keep in mind, the last time these two teams met in the season opener for the Sparks, it was the second game of the year for the Aces. With 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, is a 6-point game. Las Vegas would score 54 points in the remaining 15 minutes. Sparks doing a better job of staying in this one.
I'm really impressed with the way they've responded here in the third quarter. Got to about a 7-point game, and they had the chance to fold, but did not. Instead, went on a run themselves.
And doing this without Nneka Agumake.
Man.
Well, too.
Man.
Who has been such a veteran leader for this young team already. And you have to credit Cam Brink, a season high 22 minutes this evening. She's got 12 points, 8 rebounds. And of course, Kelsey Plum cooking against her former team, 26 points, 5 of 6 from outside. It continues to be the bench for the Aces.
It's so easy to highlight the offense in this game, but to me the defense has also said a lot about the Sparks and the way in which they've managed some of these prolific scores of the Aces.
After review, the contact initiated by Hamby is marginal. Therefore, the call on the floor has been overturned to a no call. Los Angeles will retain the ball at the low sideline, and they will have a subsequent challenge.
So Los Angeles gets the ball as well. And Becky Hammond very upset, and you got the sense, and here's the shot. It was a clear rebound. And credit Park for going over from the weak side to secure the ball. Could have been a potential jump ball, but now credit a stop for the Sparks. Becky Hammond doesn't agree with it.
I agree. I thought the contact was exactly the word that was used, marginal.
This game has been anything but marginal. What a contest we've had between these two teams. A lot of familiar faces on each side. Plum, step back, can't get it. Wilson taps the rebound to herself. 9-second differential between shot and game clock. Plum with the 4 fouls. Hamby now with just 3 fouls instead of 4. It's going to be a foul against Park as Wilson was cutting across the court.
Cannot do that. That is also a point of emphasis in the W this season, is not bumping the cutter, so to speak, and allowing the freedom of movement.
And it gives Wilson a trip to the free throw line where she's an 84% shooter on the season. Has come alive again here. 9 points, make it 10 points. She's got an 18-point, 12 rebound, double-double to go along with 3 blocks. And it's what she does on both sides of the floor. The defensive player of the year, the finals MVP, the MVP last season. It's inevitable with her as Kate Martin checks in for the Sparks. Wilson hits them both. It's a 3-point lead for Vegas. We've got Plum working off ball here for this final possession.
Ball and player movement. That is what I'm looking for to get a good shot here for the Sparks.
Plum trying to fight through it. Wheeler shakes Carter, had it for a moment. Wheeler again, fading away, tough shot, oh, knocks it down, trims the lead to 1. Aces can try to fire one more long shot. Lloyd looking at the shot clock, puts it up, oh, almost, oh. Was on Sunday, but coming down to the wire here. Sparks need to continue to execute on both ends of the floor as Las Vegas been relying on their depth. Plum, she's got 26. Oh, right off the bounce, escorts it into the rim. And she is down on the floor and picks up the foul. What a finish for Kelsey Plum.
It's the fluidity. You mentioned it, off the bounce, takes a lot of contact, but she gets the step here on Talbot, again going left, and then off the bounce, like you said, glides right into that beautiful left-handed layup, gets it up on the glass before the defense can help, and Jackie Young. And Young, honestly, late, did not need to create that contact. Might be giving Plum an easy extra point here.
It's the 5th foul on Young as Smith has the scores table for the Aces. Plum, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 29 points, and the lead is 2 now for the Sparks. It's a season high, 29 for Plum. Young still scoreless. Talbot, corner 3, rise and fire, no good. Wheeler the board. Sparks have been pushing the pace all evening long. It's Brink down low, Turner defending. Brink, spinning, goes off the glass. You have highlighted her physicality all night long.
She's demanding the basketball, took it right at Turner.
The 3 on the other end, no good. Quick shot for the Aces as Lloyd can't connect. Wheeler, transition 3. Oh, what a run from the Sparks. Becky Hammond needs a timeout, and LA came to play here in the 4th quarter. 7-point lead.
Cam Brink, give it to me. Drop step through contact. Come on, Cam, let's work. Playing at a high level, Tiffany.
Definitely playing at a high level there, and she's got 8 rebounds. I listened to Coach Lynn Roberts tell her continue to go crazy on those boards. Again, Roberts really impressed with how she's hanging tough. The shot to the nose, all of it, the blood. She's being a warrior out there, guys.
And Brink comes over to help, but it's too much Smith, who has just been a monster on the boards in this game.
They are going to look back at the film and hate the lack of box outs on Alyssa Smith. All of her offensive rebounds coming because she's not being boxed out.
It ends the 10-0 run, and that will be an offensive foul. It's against Brink, and that is going to be her 5th foul.
This right here is just better defense from Joel Lloyd. Watch how she steps right in the path of Cameron Brink, accepts the contact. That's an easy one for the refs to call. Brink just needed to be a little bit more reactive.
Lynn Roberts is giving the flop motion to the officials, and now Brink has to be very careful with over 8 minutes left in this game. Wilson spinning on him. Wilson had 11 points in the 3rd quarter, rises over 2, can't get it. That ball deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of Plum. It'll be Aces ball.
Why? Because Alyssa Smith still not boxed out. Active on the weak side boards. Watch, no box out, so she gives it a chance.
At what point do you assign a player to just strictly keep her off the glass in the half court?
I feel like, knowing Lynn Roberts, that's already been done.
It's just a matter of executing it now.
Yeah,
it's a motor from Smith. Corner 3, too long. Hamby scoops it up. Up ahead, Brink in transition, takes the shot and finishes through the arm. Cameron Brink putting it together tonight.
She's playing fierce basketball. Watch her run the floor. 2 steps right into it. Takes a shot to the face. And Chelsea Gray trying to come over. What she's so good at is kind of poking that ball out. There's definitely contact above the shoulders.
She cradles her face
yes.
as she finishes the lay-in. We saw her pregame. One of her routine is to juggle 3 balls while walking forward and backwards. And so the coordination she shows can't complete the 3-point play, though. The lead is back up to 7.
Aces have to go. They need better shots offensively.
Just 2 bench points in the second half for the Aces after 27 in the first half. Chelsea And that'll be a foul on Burrell, the hand check. So we mentioned the coordination for Cam Brink. Could you do this, Ice?
Oh, not walking backwards.
I can't even walk backwards to begin with.
And then she got mad at herself for messing up, so she restarted the drill. Terrific hand-eye coordination. Shout out to our camera crew for catching that pregame.
Lloyd to land that foul, if it's against Brink, will be her 6th. She's asking for a review. Will they challenge? One more look here, Ice.
She's their shot blocker, often on the help. Up top is clean, but she might have jumped into the body of Lloyd. And I believe she did. I don't think that's worth the review or challenge.
No challenge coming. So the evening is done for Cameron Brink. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 for 11 from the field, a season-high 24 points. But now the Sparks will have to try and go the distance without their second leading scorer. First free throw is good. This soccer is finally here. It's PSG chasing back-to-back titles against Arsenal, hunting for their first ever. The UEFA Champions League final. Coverage begins at 11 Eastern on CBS and streaming live on Paramount+. Wheeler working with Hamby. It's Burrell, Plum, and Atkins on the floor for the Sparks. Trying to improve to 2-0 on the road this season. Aces looking for their first home victory of the year. Atkins off the bounce, tough shot, no good. Wilson, rebound number 14.
Smith's got a mismatch inside.
It's Burrell. Smith will take that challenge. It checks up, can't get the finish. A lot of contact.
Good help defense, though, by the Sparks.
Plum loses the handle, falls to the floor. It's Smith that picks up the loose orange. Gray in transition. They work it around. Carter, pump fake. Carter up top. Look at that leather fly. Gray for 3. Can't get it. What a look they had.
That's the offense, the unselfishness, passing up a good shot for a great shot.
One of the first times you've seen the Sparks trot down the floor, mind you. Wheeler trying to play a little cat and mouse. Over to Burrell. She's not shy for that 3. It's short. Atkins chasing down the rebound, picks up the foul on Gray. And now we've got Smith that's trying to stretch near midcourt at this moment. Remember, she was on that bike earlier.
As Tiffany reported, and Atkins not giving up on the possession, pursuing the offensive glass, and Gray gets her on the way down, makes contact.
Smith continues to stretch that right leg. Keep an eye on that. 12 to shoot. Plum coming off the curl. Inside is broken up by Wilson. Grace.
It's got to be a bounce pass, partner.
Hard to go up top against Asia Wilson. Hamby defending her on the perimeter. Carter in that dunker spot, working against Wheeler. Patiently backing her down. Tries to find the angle. Picks up the foul. Nearly got an and 1.
Carter, so clever in this take. Watch, along the baseline, little jab, backs her down, and then just goes up strong and kind of muscles her way to find an angle to get it up on the glass. Just being a little more crafty than the defense.
Timeout, Los Angeles. Okay, not suiting up for this game, and Brink fouling out with those 6 fouls.
Now with this lineup on the floor, speed, quickness on rotations has to be what they rely on. They don't necessarily have the length, but they're quicker with Ray Burrell on the floor, Erica Wheeler getting into passing lanes. And then we've seen Ariel Atkins do a great job of being the defender that's in help on Wilson, especially when they're trying to hit her on the roll and maybe intercept some of those passes. But to me, it's the quickness and the rotations that would be the focus for the last 6 minutes of this one. There's
Cam Brink icing her nose on the bench, her evening done. And what's interesting is the lineup on the floor for the Aces right now. Carter on the floor. 6 minutes left in this ball game. She's done a terrific job off the bench. She's got 20 so far. It's her 4th time scoring 20+ this season.
It's also her defensive presence, picking up 94 feet that Becky Hammond loves.
Burrell draws 2. What a find to Hammond, and right on cue. Carter blocks it from behind.
Oh!
Smith inside. Some more volleyball. Oh, yeah. Put one more on it.
The beautiful cut from Hamby, but Hollywood says not here. And on the other side, Alyssa Smith, barbecue chicken in the paint. She posts up early, catch, and immediately puts it up. What about the touch as she's falling away along the baseline? And Alyssa Smith showing off.
She has 20 points on the evening, tied with Carter for the game high. Wheeler picks up her third foul. It's a one-point ball game, just over 5:30 left. Plum fighting over the screen. It's Gray defending the two former teammates, eyeing one another. Hamby, short roll. Burrell, far side for three. Big shot for Burrell as the lead is extended to 4.
I believe Lynn Roberts drew that up. You talk about the short roll and Hamby, a beautiful spray to a shooter.
Cool, calm, and collected was Burrell right there.
Ready for the moment.
Smith over the top. What a catch! What a finish!
That's where the mismatch lies. The Sparks want to go small, and Alyssa Smith making them pay.
She's got 22 points, 8 of 12 from the field. Plum, defended by Carter. Taking a couple of shots. Plum fading away. Oh, she is so good tonight.
Filthy footwork from Kelsey Plum.
The former Las Vegas ace, very familiar with these rims. Gray, the drive. Gray fading away. They need this one. They get it.
And this is about the time in which Chelsea Gray starts to close games out.
At the game winner on the road with just under 5 seconds left at Atlanta. Plum draws two. The gravity step back three. How about that? Are you kidding me?
I am out of my seat right now. What?
Unbelievable performance by Kelsey Plum. She's got 34 points. Can Gray and the Aces respond? Here's Wilson wide open. Nothing but nylon. How good is this game, Ice? How good is this? Plum darting against Wilson. Wilson sends it packing.
Kelsey Plum, may I have this dance on the step back, the lefty sniper, and then Chelsea Gray hits the behind the back to Asia Wilson, who can knock down the outside shot. Come on, the best player in the world says not in my house. What more could you want? Saturday, primetime hoops, baby. What more could you want?
It's the 4th block of the game for Wilson. They have 9 as a team, and at this point, it is just body blow after body blow. Who's going to blink first in this one? And it feels as this moment with the personnel issues as far as the injuries and fouls for the Sparks, they have to continue to hit their shots because the Aces are too deep right now.
Yes, Sparks are working really hard offensively on the pace of play in the half court. That ball in player movement. I thought Kelsey Plum has done a terrific job of finding multiple ways to score, whether it's off ISO, but also active. That was Chelsea Gray drawing up plays in huddles.
Prime time WNBA hoops. And what a start we're off to with this game.
And we've seen that before. Becky Hammond allowing Chelsea Gray to run a timeout, to kind of run the huddle and tell her team what she's seeing from a high level.
It's Wheeler, 7 to shoot. Plum coming off the curl. Lloyd defending, Plum has to get it up. Wheeler, corner 3, no good. Who else? Smith with the rebound. Aces can tie or take the lead on this possession. Gray fading away for the tie. Oh, it is good. She coaches and she can hoop. Tied at 90 apiece. Just over 3 minutes left. Chance of defense. Plum with Wilson defending. Plum inside pocket pass. What a find to Atkins for 2.
And that's why we talked about that gravity stat earlier. The weight of the attention of the defense. Kelsey Plum, everybody focused in on her.
The shot for the lead, no good. Smith can't save it. Take a look at the last 2 hoops here.
And this is high-level execution as the game is winding down. Chelsea Gray just operates, surveys, a little around town and gets the mid-range to go. Then Kelsey Plum off the screen, dances, and then finds a cutting Ariel Atkins. What a beautiful baseline cut.
Lynn Roberts calling for a set in this half-court possession. Plum sets the screen, then rolls out of it. Atkins back to the corner. Hamby to come set the screen. Plum right through 3 defenders. How did she knife through the defenders? I fell out of my chair. This game's remarkable, Ice.
Kelsey Plum just toying with the defense. But that's the matchup she wants, to take Lloyd one-on-one.
Gray loses Atkins. Gray, the fadeaway over Atkins, can't get it. A battle for the boards. It's Carter. Puts it in and drops. 2-point game.
Clutch, a clutch bucket from Hollywood Carter.
Under 2 minutes left. Wheeler, the drive. Hamby rolling, cut off by Wilson. Atkins for 3, no good. Rebound to Smith, her 9th. The deflection, Wilson catches it. Defense collapses. Wilson fades away, picks up the foul. They're going to get Hamby.
A'ja Wilson working hard to establish that inside presence in transition. But we've gone back and forth. Kelsey Plum just gets the step between 2. And then the lefty finish cuts the angle off. And then off the offensive board, a scramble, but who's there? Carter with the touch and the finish. This has been such a good game. It feels like September. It feels like playoffs are on the line right now.
It does. That's the 5th foul on Hamby as Wilson hits the free throw. She's now got 23 points. At that moment, you had 3 members for the Aces with 22. Carter with 22, Smith with 22, Wilson now team high 23. But this is the important one to try and tie it up at 94 apiece. We have a tie ball game in Vegas. 1:36 left.
Says a lot about the depth of this team that Becky Hammon going with 2 players off the bench to play the final of these minutes in Lloyd and Carter.
It's the same action they did last time to initiate it. Plum, prize free. This time she will use the ball screen. Hamby got a little tied up. Plum trying to use the contact over to Wheeler. Shot clock at 4. Wheeler for 3. Oh, big time bucket for Wheeler. 3-point lead for the Sparks.
That's just a vet. She's been here before.
Where do the Aces go here?
I think Wilson or Carter. No. Smith still has a mismatch.
It's Gray that gets the screen from Wilson. To tie it up from up top. It's too strong. Wilson can't handle it. And Wheeler secures the loose ball. Coach Roberts tells them to pump the brakes. And a timeout for the Sparks. This possession could give them a 2-possession lead with under 48 seconds left.
And execution down the stretch. And terrific here, deep into the paint, attracts so many, and then off the one dribble pull, Erica Wheeler. Good looking shot. And the shot selection of this team is something that Lynn Roberts highlighted to us, making sure that they get the best shots available. That time Plum didn't force it, instead hit Wheeler in rhythm, and she was open.
Kelsey Plum putting on a remarkable performance against her former team.
And having a good time out here in Vegas. The 3-point shooting off the dribble or off the catch. That signature step back. I mean, she knows just when to drive, just when to pull it back. And then again, she creates so much for her team.
36 points, 9 assists. The Sparks have 26 assists, 14 made threes. They had 23 assists and 15 made threes in their victory over Phoenix 2 nights ago. Here's the situation. Sparks have 1 timeout remaining. Aces have 2. Each team has their reset timeout. Each team also has their challenge remaining. However, the Sparks don't have a foul to give. The Aces do. This defensive possession for the Aces, we've seen that set multiple times where Plum sets the back screen, Atkins goes to the corner, Plum comes up top. You're Las Vegas. How do you defend this upcoming action potential?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they are going to trap Plum, especially if she comes off a ball screen. Just go and get her. And you want to switch her trap, especially putting height around her, so it's harder for her to pass the basketball. Also, keep an eye on Hamby on the short roll because she's such a terrific cutter.
What did Lynn Roberts draw up? They go to Wheeler. Carter defending. 12 to shoot. Plum will set the ball screen this time. Hamby to Plum, posting up against Carter, and they're gonna call the foul on the floor. No bucket, as Carter was holding Plum before she got the shot up. And the important thing is, that's just a side out.
Well, Lynn Roberts smiling, knowing this play worked to perfection, because Plum went to screen Erica Wheeler and then slipped and caught Carter on the other side of it.
Do you run the same action here? So they go to Hamby, back to Plum, 10 to shoot. 1 possession lead for the Sparks. Plum to Hamby. Hamby, the 1-2 step, can't get the finish, and it's an offensive foul. The ball will go back to the Aces, down 3 with 29.7 remaining.
That's why you keep vets on the floor this time in the game. Joel Lloyd slides over at the perfect time.
It's the 6th foul.
Her feet were on the restricted circle.
Challenge remaining, and the green light does come up. So the Sparks are going to challenge this. Were the feet inside the restricted area? This is a monumental call coming up here, Ice.
Los Angeles is calling a timeout to challenge the ruling on the floor.
So a couple looks here.
I actually think it's going to get overturned because once she wasn't set.
They've gotten great contributions from Smith, Wilson, and Carter. Reset timeout used by the Aces. Talbot to inbound.
Interesting, Talbot back in the game here.
You're looking 2 or 3 here if you're the Aces. Gray up top, they've got to hurry. Lloyd catching fire, the 3, no good. Carter, the rebound, foul as she comes down. So free throws coming, the foul is against, I believe it was Hamby, and that's the 6th foul on Hamby. So Carter, what a big-time offensive rebound that gets Hamby out the game and sends Carter to the line.
This has been the Achilles heel for Los Angeles. Boxing out and defensive rebounding. No one boxes her out. She just sneaks right behind Wheeler and wants it more. Goes and gets it. And you're absolutely right. A critical foul from De'Erica Hamby, who's been the defensive anchor in the paint for the 4th quarter.
So Kate Martin checks in. They're going to sacrifice a little bit of size at this moment. Grabs her some free throw shooting, anticipating the Aces might foul. Carter bends the knees, hits the first free throw. 4-point game. Shot clock is turned off. And both teams in the bonus. Carter misses it, and a rebound by Burrell. Wilson had a chance to possibly get it. Talbot will foul Plum in the backcourt with 19.4 remaining.
And tell you how important that rebound was.
I was gonna.
They are underneath there with no 5-player. No 5-player. Critical free throw rebound. It seems like it should be an easy for sure thing, but at this level, it is not.
The Sparks have lost 19 of the last 23 against the Aces, including the last 3 in a row. Plum hits the free throw. It's now a 5-point lead with 19.4 remaining. Smith comes back into the game, replacing Carter.
We're seeing a team in real time figure out their identity without an all-star available.
38 for Plum against her former team. And then a timeout used by the Aces will stay here.
Knock down that shot, the defensive plays that she's made. We talk about the vets that the Sparks acquired in the offseason to bring that championship DNA in. Ariel Atkins, Erica Wheeler, Nneka Ogwumike. You're starting to see that here with the experience and the way they handled this game down the stretch.
These are Kelsey Plum's second half numbers as we check out Nneka Ogwumike. Second half, mind you, 24 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And this is a different team. Lynn Roberts said we weren't going to sacrifice our offense to build up our defense. They went and got two-way players that are capable of defending and then obviously pouring it in. And the rhythm this team has found in the last 2 games, 49 assists in the last 2 games, 29 made threes. Talbot to inbound with Wilson, Gray, Carter, and Lloyd. They go inside to Wilson. Wilson defended by Burrell. Cross-court pass is Plum. That picks it. Plum tight-roping the baseline. Clock winding down. Aces choosing not to foul. And then a timeout called by Lynn Roberts. They have their reset timeout remaining, so that'll advance the ball with 10.1 remaining.
felt the Aces were a bit nonchalant on that possession. But Plum stuck right with Lloyd, and then just an easy intercept. Again, there were multiple players on the three-point line for the Aces, but drew it up to go to Lloyd.
And the Aces, the two-time defending champions, champions last year, will fold to the Sparks.